5 things that need fixing in Battlefield 2042 before it releases. Disclaimer, don't get triggered. I know everything on YouTube has to be amazing or incredible, but sometimes it's good to be critical. If you go on to enjoy, drop a like. Number 1. Specialist System. This feels like a very unnecessary change for gameplay. The class system is a staple of the Battlefield franchise, or at least it was, and I don't think specialists work here currently. DICE will keep the specialists as it's going to be the basis for selling microtransactions. However, the developers should look into giving the specialists different camos depending on what faction they fight for, so we can at least distinguish who fights for what team. Currently, it feels like a clone battle between 4 people who look no different even if they're on the Russians or the US. What made the class system so great is you knew who had the medical supplies or ammo, but with the specialist system, it's impossible to tell. I'm just going to have to get used to it because quite frankly, it's here to stay. The specialist system also seems to promote very selfish individual play. Nobody seems to revive or really drop any ammo or health. The team play element seems to be the least important it's ever been in a Battlefield game. Also, because there isn't a traditional scoreboard, you can't compare your performance to other individual players, which can be annoying. Number 2. The Orbital Map. Orbital, which is not the biggest map in Battlefield 2042, seems very open and empty. There's areas which are just completely open and just force you to stay around certain capture points. Because everything is so spread out, it can make going on long kill streaks difficult. 128 players would be great with the right size map. Bigger isn't always better. At the moment in the beta, you get all the negatives that come with a large player count, netcode issues, and performance problems. Personally, it looks like you need to be using more vehicles, and if you're trying to play more infantry focus, you may have a hard time. What I loved about Battlefield 4, for example, is that the maps were the right size, that it complemented the infantry and vehicle players nicely. I'm hoping the other maps are better than this. However, I have a strange feeling that the maps are being built around Hazard Zone. Number 3. Weapons. The weapons in Battlefield 2042 right now lack any weight and punch. The weapons don't feel unique or exciting to use, and I haven't found any weapons that grab my attention, and I know it's a limited beta. But the recoil on the weapons are very similar and low, which make it all feel very samey. Even the machine gun I tried felt very underwhelming. I'm going to be honest, everything just feels static and needs some more kick. And the sound design didn't feel at the same quality we typically see in Battlefield games. But it's a beta. Number 4. Netcode. The netcode in the beta currently feels off. Shots not registering constantly. I've seen it in multiple live streams and my games personally. It's giving me Battlefield 4 launch vibes and that's not good. It's an old build, but really, will this be solved? And let's be honest, they've had 3 to 4 years to work on this game at least. But right now, everyone on YouTube is saying it's fantastic and fun, and it can be, but I feel we are underestimating how much work and things need improving. Number 5. Performance and bug issues. Now, I've been playing this beta on the Xbox Series S, and I have to be totally honest with you, the performance for me personally has been absolutely terrible. And I know it varies between what platform you're on, and it varies between players as well. Some people have said that it's absolutely fine on, say, the Xbox Series X. But for me personally, playing on the Xbox Series S, the performance has been really awful. The flickering constantly on my game. It hasn't been happening for everyone. I've seen some people running it on the Xbox and it's been running fine for them. But the performance for me, I haven't even been able to reach, say, 60 frames per second really on this beta, especially when there's lots of players and lots of things going on and the rockets blowing up and the tornadoes coming up. The performance has been really, really bad. So for me personally, I'm hoping that the performance is fixed before this game does release, because that's been a real big issue. Now, there are other issues with Battlefield 2042. Things like vehicle balancing can be improved. I think destructible environments could have been improved as well. And I think overall, it is a pretty good game, but there's a lot of things that can be improved in this title. Before people say it's a 2 to 3 month old build, I'm not sure I fully believe that, but there's some serious issues with the core foundations of this game that may take much longer to fix. Drop a like, subscribe with all bell notifications. Here's some videos you may have missed.